Nowadays, when Russia's mentioned, several things come to mind. Enormous lands, weird accents, and of course, vodka. But obviously, Russia has way much more into it than that. In the 800s, the Kievan Rus was born in East Europe. When time passed by, the Kievan Empire flourished, but unfortunately, the age of the Kievan Rus would end in 1237 by the Mongols when they invaded the region. Later on, it reclaimed its old name in its Greek form, Russia. Eventually, it transformed into the form that is known today, after many historical events, of course. Speaking of geographical size, let's start with geography. Russia's location is in North Asia, where it borders the Arctic Ocean. It extends from Europe, the portion west of the Urals, to the North Pacific Ocean. It is the largest country in the world, with an area of 17 million square kilometers, approximately 1.8 times the size of the US. Russia is the home of the highest elevation point in Europe, with Goro Elbrus, which is 5,642 meters tall. Russia's weather varies from cool along the Black Sea coast to frigid in Siberia. Summers vary from warm in the steppes to cool along the Arctic coast. Finally, for its land use, it uses 13.1% of its land for agriculture, about 50% are forests, and the rest has other uses. Moving on to people and society, Russia's population is estimated to be 142 million. Its population growth is decreasing with a rate of negative 0.08%, with a birth rate of 11 births per 1,000 of the population and a death rate of 13.5 deaths per 1,000 of the population. People aged from 25 to 54 make up most of the population, with 44.71% of the population. In germane to the religion, the most abundant religion in Russia is Russian Orthodox. Russia has 15 to 20% Russian Orthodox and 10 to 15% Muslims of the population being practicing worshippers. The rest is a combination of other non-practicing believers and non-believers. Finally, literacy is abundant in Russia, with 99.7% of the population knowing how to read and write at the age of 15 and above.
The government of Russia is considered a federal semi-presidential republic. The president is selected by the population and serves a 6-year term. In addition, he acts as the head of the executive branch of the Russian government. Furthermore, the rest of the executive branch is the cabinet, which is also referred to as the government. The members of this branch are the Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Ministers, and the Federal Ministers. Since the fall of the Soviet Union, Russia faced a notable change in its economy. Back then, almost all of Russia's investments and production means were controlled and operated by the Soviet Union. But now its economy is more market-based. Economic reforms in the 1990s privatized most industries, with exceptions in the energy, transportation, banking, and defense-related sectors. And even though some properties are private, the government often interferes in the operation of those sectors. Russia is considerably one of the world's top countries in producing oil and natural gas. In addition, it is also the top exporter of metals such as steel and primary aluminum. Furthermore, Russia also exports a variety of products, such as petroleum and petroleum products, wood and wood products, and chemicals. It also receives a lot of products from outside countries, such as machinery, vehicles, pharmaceutical products, plastic, fruits, optical and medical instruments. Russia's military is very diverse, ranging from ground troops, navy, aerospace forces, airborne troops, and missile troops of strategic purpose, that are often referred to as strategic rocket forces. People who go through military service, whether it is voluntary or mandatory, are between 18 and 27 years of age. Males aged 17 go through a 1-year service obligation and are sent to the combat zones after 6 months of training.